my friends, and welcome, to a first reading of many. My name is Lonnie Reyes, and I'm here to give you a message from Spirit, from your loved ones on the other side, from your ancestors and from your spirit guides. This is the message that, you need to hear. So today I'm using the messages of Cosmic Oracle cards. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Hey there, pile 1. It's your friend, Lonnie. Today I have some beautiful malachite. I wrapped this maybe a year ago with some copper, and it's one of my favorites. I love it for inspiration and creativity getting sparked within myself when I'm feeling stuck. Very beautiful green. So today, let's go ahead and get into your message and see what we have going on today. We have open your heart, not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. And live your life with both feet in. Commit to fully being here. Pile 1. So right away, I want to ask you, do you find yourself looking at the moon? Do you tilt your chin towards the sky and just take a deep breath and look up? Do you feel like the heavens are what you follow? Do you look to the stars to guide you? What I'm seeing here is someone on a journey, a slow journey. And the person here in this picture is on a horse. Could be a donkey, taking time in stride, slowly getting there. And as we approach the end of the year, you might be looking back over your shoulder, wondering, why did these things happen? You're looking down this valley, where there was light and warmth. And you feel like you're journeying in a dark place. You could also have been in a dark night of the soul, or feel blocked off from your creativity because your heart chakra is closed off. It's interesting too, we were using a green stone. I didn't know I picked my stones first and it felt called that way, and then pulled the cards, the oracle cards. And it seems like your heart chakra is closed off, and you might be doing the work and listening to heart chakra frequencies and not anahata frequencies on YouTube or other spaces, and feel like you have been doing the work anyway. And it might be hard to even get back to where you used to be. You're looking maybe over your shoulder in the past and being like, well, my heart was open. I was ready. But you're withdrawn. And even now I feel my own energy drawing in myself. I'm sitting here with my arms folded and not even connecting. Open your heart, not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. And it looks like right here you are maybe the brightest star. And there are other bright souls around you, maybe other spiritual people, friends, family, kindred spirits with the same color being here. And you might be wondering, well, I'm already a loving person and I have my heart open and kindness, and I treat people with respect, and I feel like that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's more work to be done in that heart space. Live your life with both feet in. It feels like you're walking on ice in the cold. You might be tiptoeing into a new space and afraid to fully let yourself dive in because of your hurts in the past. Live your life with both feet in. Fully commit to being here. Is it fear? Are you scared? Are you scared of this infinite knowledge that's that's at your fingertips. You feel it. This depth. Fully commit to being here. Well, let's ask why. Why is pile 1 stuck? Why can't pile 1 fully commit? What's blocking the commitment? All right. 1 second here, please. Okay, friends. So, I'm just gonna make this a little more neat so we can get the overall idea and look at this together. So I separated your cards to your past energy. Your present and past energy is here. And this is the energy you're stepping into. 6 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. So, so the overall message for all the cards today that was on the bottom of the Oracle deck: stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. A lot of us are struggling during this retrograde to be at peace with what has happened, not just this past year, but what's happening rapidly this month. From the last full moon that we had in Gemini at the end of November, the energy has just picked up with absolutely everyone, including myself in my own personal life. But I know this is happening for a lot of people, especially as a collective. This is happening to all of us. But I know this is happening just for you too. This is rough. Looking at this reading, you've been through a lot of pain and a breakup too that has stayed with you, with the Lovers in reverse, but the 5 of Pentacles in reverse also looking back at it. This is a time that's already passed that you can't help but look back on and reflect. And it's not a negative thing. You're reflecting fondly. So I'm going to tell you what I've channeled, my message for you. You are in a time of reflection. You could be a Cancer. Okay, let's get to it. So, old love. You look back fondly on an old flame. You've grown and changed and shifted from pain of the breakup. You went no contact, but not with ill intent. Sadly, you still care. And not sadly, you still care that it's time for you not to give a toss, but how deeply you love. Not a lot of people deserve that love, but as an earth angel, as an intuitive, it's something that we can't help but do. And it's almost like it's our cross to bear. But it's what we do, how we're going to change this world, and how we pour into it with our love and light. Not everyone has to be bitter. Not everyone has to be angry. You are full of so much kindness and compassion, and it blows people away. And I think sometimes it surprises yourself too with how much you love, and you don't understand how much you love people until it's too late, until it's time to move on, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I poured absolutely everything I had into that cup. Leaving me with what? Leaving me with what at the end of the day? So sadly, you still care, but you know this connection wasn't it. You know your worth. You know your worth. You do your mantras, you say your prayers, and you focus on healing and moving forward. You're ready for something new. But every once in a while, you look back and hope. You reflect. With the 5 of Pentacles, you're focusing on your finances, getting out of survival mode. You could already be in a good position at work or have that picking up right now. Mercury retrograde might not be a pause of the work that's happening right now. You might be in the middle of a promotional period, in the midst of having a victory with the job. That's with the 6 of Wands here and the Queen of Pentacles, but I am getting ahead of myself. With the 5 of Pentacles here, we're getting lost in this pain looking back. But we're meditating. You're meditating with the 4 of Cups, and you're able to kind of focus and transmute that energy that you were going through into something beautiful. You are creating a beautiful life for yourself and leaving behind the rest. Letting the rest, kind of like a rainy day with the water and the muck going down the drain, down the street, down the sewer. You are letting all of that icky energy, evade from your space because you deserve better and you know you do. And I feel like that's already happening for you. You're focusing on your finances, getting out of survival mode. And there's no interest anymore in running within this hamster wheel to have your cup fulfilled. Maybe you're manifesting new work and the victory is still on its way, or you are in the victory now as of this moment, whenever you get to this reading, depending on who this message reaches. So you could be, yes, at that time or getting prepared to slide into this new promotional energy. Honestly, this could be separated further with the love and looking back, but also the healing of the meditation. But this is all, this is all connected. In your Empress energy, in reverse, did you forget to fill your own cup? It's created a block in what you do for creativity. And again, Malachite with creativity. I think that might have been a block. Also, the stone feels quite heavy too. It might be time to release a lot of old things weighing you down. You can't get into a creative space unless you choose to transmute your pain like into music or using exercise, running, getting a runner's high, to like a train using coal, to use that, literally that energy and feeding it into something new. You are able to do that. You have that power. You've created a block in your creativity and you must replenish your energy. It is absolutely vital. What does self-care truly look like to you? Can you apply it? What does self-care truly look like to you? And can you apply it? Indecision is being blocked. Indecision is being blocked by the desire of love. That looking back, it's like how can you even get into creativity when you spend your nights in tears, crying? You've maybe not all night, but I just felt such heaviness of this sleepless nights, drowning in what could have been. Daily life's problems, where does that leave space for your passion? Let's pull some oracle cards. Let's see what those passions are. Let's see what those passions are. Ooh, that was quick. Yeah, that was quick. Okay. Let's see, I don't know if you saw these slide out to the left. Let's see what these passions are. Emerald. Well, it's not emerald, but we do have malachite. Yep. Healing. Free-flowing love. Heart chakra. Again, with the working on the anahata and letting the love flow in. That's what we were saying at the beginning. Open your heart. You're working on opening your heart and creating strong relationships. Then you know you can't have a strong relationship unless you start with the self first, okay? We're meditating. Old habits die hard. Back in time, stuck in the past, nostalgia. Old car. I feel like that's like old car, weary, tired. Old habits die hard. You're thinking about the good old days. You're thinking about the long drives, holding hands. You're thinking about this person, this old person. Maybe you're thinking too about how you've endured the pain and why you stayed for so long, even though the times were good. I think that also aids to the block of why you're not being able to move forward. Old habits die hard. You are ruminating, not just reflecting, but ruminating heavily and not being able to let go. And that's something too that this retrograde is teaching us is, oh, you thought you let go? You thought you let go already. But here, wham, I'm here to let you know reality. You're having a reality check. It's like cleaning up the dotting the T's and crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It's like, let's go ahead and sweep this last bit of old energy. You might need to do a final hoorah, a little bonfire, a little cutting the cord energy, and you gotta be freaking for real. You gotta be for real because you're just gonna end up blocking yourself completely by looking back. But that's okay. Look, we were even talking about the train and adding coal into the train for that fresh energy moving forward. It's hard to move forward when there is no. How can you put into your creativity when that coal, you're not even putting the energy into to getting the train rolling. The train's not going to keep moving if you don't have anything to put inside of it. So you have to invest in yourself, and that comes with what you're already doing. You're already doing the meditation. You're already kind of sliding down. The Mercury retrograde is a slide. I feel like it's like a water slide, and you're at the theme park, and it at first it looked a little scary. You're looking down the tunnel. You're like, this thing is 2 stories high. I don't think it's safe, but to hell with it. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. It's my turn. I'm sliding down the slide. And before you know it, your hands are in the air and you're like, yippee! And you are having the time of your life. So maybe that's what the holidays coming up too. Also with the train, it's giving platform 9 3/4 with Harry Potter. So you could be on this new adventure. Life is trying to give you a new direction and go with the flow into your creativity. That is also probably going to line your pockets, because the green also can show financial side too. All right, so we've got chocolate. All right, so we've got chocolate, pleasure, aphrodisiac, the good stuff, fine dining. You could find yourself in a new space of eating well and being satisfied completely. You could find new romance too, but I feel like because this was one of the cards that were that I'm getting towards the end, I only had four cards total come out, and Person of Air. So either you could be an Aquarius. Is that right? Air sign, water bear. Yes, you could be, oh yeah, here it is. You could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or, what is that, a Libra? Anyway. Oh yeah, this came out twice too. Oh god, I hope that's Libra. I'm getting there, y'all. So, you could be a Life Path 9 as well. Or you could be born during September. You could be a Virgo. And Virgos and Aquarius actually go really well together. When things are good and when both are healed, it could go really well. Eloquent, rational. Also, there's it's saying controlling, but I'm not getting a controlling side. If anything, you could be the controlling person trying to... It's giving a coldness. It's giving a coldness, but not in a bad way. Kind of straightforward. Maybe you're a no-nonsense kind of person. Also, with abrupt here, you might have had to pull all the stops to cut off this old relationship and know that you had to go cold. You had to go cold with this relationship because it wasn't doing anything for you. And now you're able to focus on this more bright, warmer energy moving forward. You could also have your moon sign in Leo. Yeah, it's giving the moon sign in Leo. I don't know why I was just thinking that, but that's what I'm channeling. Okay, so the good stuff, we'll put that over here, because that's where the Queen of Pentacles is going to lead you to as well, being in that moment of just having it all together. Your finances are doing pretty good. Things are moving along. It's going to hit the new year. You're going to be partying, having drinks. I'm feeling the ice cold glass, a little bit of something to drink, maybe margaritas. I'm getting Moscow Mule. Maybe you're not really into the fruity drinks. Savory side, I'm getting rosemary. Could be vegan. I was thinking steak dinner, but I didn't want to say, I don't think meat is it. I'm getting savory, but like rosemary, olive oil, something like that. Sounds pretty good. Sounds very classy. Sounds grown and sexy. You could also be a mother too. All right. So we pretty much covered everything in the past passion. More channeling for you. How about that song by Labyrinth, Mount Everest Ain't Got Ish on Me? Okay, because I'm on top of the world. That song from Euphoria, that opening song. That could be how you're feeling as you're stepping out of this old energy. That could be your good FU song, that I'm over it, like this old energy, your hands out the window, maybe your body is halfway, like in a good way, but like maybe you're poking your head out of the sunroof with your friends on New Year's. Be careful, by the way, and do not get pulled over by the police. Do it stationary in the parking lot and just jam out with your friends and while out and look out for each other. But I'm getting Mount Everest ain't got, yeah, because I'm on top of the world, blah. But I don't want to get anything with copyright, so we're going to keep it short and sweet. as far as your future moving forward, so I was saying Mercury retrograde is a slide. Before you know it, you're going to be enjoying this energy. For now, it would be in your best interest to connect to the earth, connect to your connecting to your guides, connecting to your ancestors, connecting to spirit, but also connecting with that nature. As especially if you're an outdoorsy kind of person and you know you've been withdrawn to the point where you haven't even gone for a nature walk, you haven't gone for a jog, you haven't even taken that deep breath of sweet delicious air outside. The sun's been hitting your face, but you haven't felt its warmth in so long. Don't forget to nurture that. You could lose your sparkle, and that is going to kill off your inner child. By you not nurturing your loving self, you're not going to be able to reach the pleasures of life by withdrawing that goodness from your inner child. It's like, never letting yourself have that piece of chocolate. So what? So what? You're on a diet and you just haven't had chocolate in like 3 months. And I'm not saying if you're diabetic or anything or you have any medical issues, I'm not a doctor. Please don't hurt yourself or anything like that regarding sweets or overindulge. But it is not wrong to have a little piece of chocolate every once in a while, a little bit of something sweet to treat yourself and indulge with. And that you have to start with you. You are so busy pouring your goodness and your energy into other people's cups. When will you have a bite of something delicious? Would thou like the taste of butter, baby? Like, would you like something nice for yourself? You are pouring so much into other people. Don't forget about little old you, okay? Are you too busy to ground? Well, it's time, okay? You can't be too busy to ground. You better take your butt to the mailbox with your bare feet and enjoy it for 5 minutes at least. Give yourself 5 minutes of joy. Go grounding. Go connect with Mother Nature. I know it's getting chilly outside, but you know what? Even the Celtics, like Ireland isn't always hot and warm, but I know they're frolicking in the woods barefoot in a chemist. And, in whatever their skims were back in the day, and their skivvies running around, feeling the ice cold water in the rivers and the streams near them. Taste nature, taste the air around you, feel that goodness, pour back into yourself, and taste vitality. Taste vitality. It's right there on your fingertips, and you want to just go outside and give yourself a chance. Especially if you work in an office building. Oh my goodness. Especially if you work in an office building, give yourself a chance to go outside and touch grass. Please. Please. Like, seriously. Seek balance. Make time. And this is the perfect chance, too, with the holidays. You're probably going to get Christmas Day off. Or Boxing Day. Mandatorily, most businesses are closed on Christmas. Take that time before your family comes over, before the kids wake up. Have your coffee, go sit on the patio, take 5 minutes with Spirit in the morning and just say thank you for waking me up today. You might not even be grateful that you're awake that morning. You might be fighting depression like hell. Tell Spirit, tell the universe, thank you. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Be in nature. Get your feet in some dirt. Take off your socks and go stand in the dirt. Okay? Rest for the holiday. Make space. Make your space beautiful. Create spiritual freedom as you step into financial freedom as well. Create that freedom for yourself. You could be stepping into more money or more healing because you're meditating too. You already know what I'm talking about. You're turning on the meditation frequency. You're giving yourself time. Are you really enjoying it though? Not just a little. You're supposed to be letting all of this in. All of this new love in. You maybe have children. That love is also valid, okay? Fully commit to being here. Maybe you are a little depressed. Maybe you're like, oh, another day, another dollar. I pull myself out of bed at 5 o'clock every morning just to get to work and sit in an hour worth of traffic. The block is there. How can you release that block and find your spark again? You know you deserve that spark. You deserve it deep within yourself. You know you deserve it. Does your back hurt, by the way? I started feeling a little back pain during this reading. And that's not a usual thing for me. So maybe you aren't or forgetting to stretch and getting into it. Maybe you don't have enough time. Maybe the meditation is a 5-minute meditation and you're not getting the chance to give yourself time to breathe and really enjoy where you are. All right, so spread your wings, hear the wind. Don't be frugal with your self-love. You matter, babe. Don't be frugal loving yourself. It is so easy to give to others, but what about you? Abundance will flow. And other people will be able to see when you're pouring back into yourself and see the vitality pouring into yourself. It's kind of a selfish thing too, that others want to come into your energy when they see you being a beautiful starfire. But when they see you pouring, it's like I've seen the analogy lately where the seed is underground. When you're in a dark night of a soul, the seed is underground. You have to water it and nurture it before the beauty is ever shown, before the stem pops out the ground, before the greenery really starts to show. And then you're watering and pouring into your own plant. Now other people are going to see that plant is popping up. Some people are going to want to pick that flower. Do not let them. Do not let them. You have spent your time growing. Maybe you've even learned the hard way about watering and nurturing your flowers. And then some greedy bastard came and picked that flower, and now you're left in introspection, regrowing your seeds all over again. That's not what we want. And even though you have the ability to heal and start fresh from here, it doesn't mean that you have to do it every time. It hurts to learn the lesson to have to grow and branch back out again. And palm trees too. Palm trees start as a coconut, okay? And that is a hard vegetable. That is a hard seed. Getting to the interior of where that water is, and like a cactus, like the water is within the coconut, and you have to hack away at it to get to the goodness. But also you have to plant it to create such a strong and tall plant that creates shade, that creates complete hydration. Pour that back into yourself. Pour that back into yourself. It's so important to nourish yourself at this time. Abundance will flow. Water your flowers, my love. Water your flowers, because you are getting into a point of victory. And other people are going to try, if that tree is weak, other people are going to shake that thing. Don't let them shake you. Don't let them shake you. Stand strong in yourself. Do your meditations. Say your mantras. Have that piece of chocolate, and really, really enjoy your own energy. It's okay to let this go. And it's going to be a little hard, and maybe it has been, but this is your sign. This is your message that it is okay to release it and step forward. Stop. Look, again, your reminder. Stop pushing against what is. Align with it and move on. The silver lining is right ahead. You're dancing right on top of it. Like the same thing with these two images is giving an icy background, is giving an icy stature. The ice is above this person, but that also feels like knowledge. This person is walking towards this silver lining. There's been coldness around you, and you've just been pushing through it with your own, like with your chin high in the air. And maybe these tears that you're crying at night, you're not letting other people see it. Okay? You've been strong. You've been committing to yourself, not all the way, but you need to. Not just a little, but all the way, and you need to. Let the love flow in. Open your heart. Open your heart. Live your life with both feet in. Commit to fully being here. I agree. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Well, honestly, it's pretty straightforward reading. Let's do some one cards. Oh, Spirit, when can we see for pile ones? When this will come full circle? When this energy of healing will come full circle for them? When can we expect? You know, healing isn't always linear. Healing takes so much time. You'll be doing it throughout your whole life. So it's not about the one with healing. Maybe one with the job. Ooh. Stop trying to control the timing. So maybe you've been wondering too, when will this all come full circle? When will I see the return of my efforts? Maybe it's already happening for you. Stop trying to control the timing. Let it be. Stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. Maybe you're hoping for the timing and you've heard from other readings that, oh, in the spring, things will come to fruition. Oh, by the summer, things will be different. Stop trying to control the timing. The more that you're able to stay in the present is what's important. I think sometimes we look so forward to the future, we forget to live in the now. We forget to satisfy ourselves in the time of now. So busy worrying about planting seeds for the future that you can't even see the flowers that are in the flower bed now. The knowledge that you're already holding. This idea that you have, again with the green imagery too, the block of creativity. So much hoping for the future, but the creativity is in the now. We have to make time for these things that we want. We have to make time. We have to make time. So create a rest day. Create a rest day. Woo! Oh my goodness, that feels amazing. Okay, my beloved pile ones. This was an amazing reading. Wow. Yeah, this pile ones, this is everyone I'm seeing for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this time and hearing out Spirit for this message. And don't forget to ground. This is your time to pour into yourself. So ground, drink your water, stay hydrated, and watch your skin glow, baby. You are a star, and you are, well, you're doing the damn thing. You got this. So with love and light, I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye. All right, pile 2. I'm going to tell you off the rip. This is my sad girl pile. This might be my suicide boy girl pile. It took a hot minute to get this, the messages of cosmic oracle cards that we're using today. But when I tell you it took a second to get this energy aligned, to pull these cards to come out, I was shuffling for a little second, okay? It was stuck, it was messy, and it felt weighted. But before we get into, before we get into this spinning disc of cards, we are using the honey calcite today. Maybe to add a little bit of sweetness into your life. This also feels weighted, but the slickness of it feels like, this almost looks edible to me. This almost looks like licking a block of fresh raw honey. Honeycomb, maybe you're connected to bees, beehive, hive energy, but or Isis, something like that. Okay, so this is the honey calcite. This is the energy that I was pulled to the stone before I was pulled to the cards. So this is energy for pile 2. My dear ones, let's see if I can get this. There we go. To the top left. We'll keep her over there. And your messages for today: find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. You could be clouded right now in the dark. You could truly be clouded and be in the dark night of the soul. You could be going through a lot of pain. It's hard to focus on the good when you are not just ruminating, but deeply set into abjection, into the darkness. So your challenge right now might be to find the ways to lighten up, and not take everything so seriously. And this person is faceless as well, while they're deep into the ether of finding connections and networking. And maybe this is also in the dream state too. You might be more alive in your sleep state than in your waking state. You might be more of a true feeler than a thinker. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Are you even in your thoughts? Or are you so deeply set into the root of it? Are you in the bikini bottom of your thoughts? You know that episode where SpongeBob gets stuck? And it's the saddest episode that I've ever seen a SpongeBob in. It actually makes me highly uncomfortable. It's my least favorite episode, when he is stuck in that pit of, like, the bottom of Bikini Bottom. I can't remember what it's called. Like, rock bottom! It was literally like the rock bottom of Bikini Bottom. And that's where SpongeBob was the whole episode, and it was like, is he ever gonna get out? Was SpongeBob ever gonna be freed of the, like, after missing the bus, after missing the bus after bus in Bikini Bottom? I started to feel scared and worried about SpongeBob. I was like, buddy, are you ever gonna make it out of here, man? The balloons are getting popped. I don't remember if that was the right episode, but either way, like, it feels like complete objection. It feels like maybe you're doing your studying and your journaling and you're crying while you're in the middle of doing this studying and journaling, to the point where your face feels like just mush. Try not to take everything so seriously. You're a real feeler. You're the person that turns up, I'm saying, like, that darker music on your drive, maybe like some Ghostman type Suicide Boys stuff, some of that, what's that song called? Help Yourself, that breakcore. Maybe you're one of those girlies that you're an e-girl. You grew up with a little bit of a darker fluid energy. I don't know, it just feels like abject, stuck. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. You feel like a magical person, but it feels like you are truly stuck, and the whole point of this was to let go. The overall message with the cosmic oracle for all three readings was to stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. And I can already tell you're having a hard time. Like, I feel like you're not so far away from this moment, but you feel so far away from this moment when it's not necessarily that far away from you. The finish line is only really 2 weeks away. We're supposed to be having a good time and partying on on the new year, on the 1st, on the night of the 31st. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards and see how we're feeling, my dears. Let's check out the energy for pile 2. Alrighty, my dears, so I used the Mystic Mondays deck for the pile 1. For pile 2, we're going to go ahead and just use the old-fashioned Rider-Waite Tarot for pile 2. They're in a stuck, messy, weighted energy. How can we find ways to lighten up? Their thoughts need a reboot. We're taking things seriously. We're in the dark night of the soul. Or are we? Goodness. Alright, we'll take what is. I'm going to pull again, just because so many cards came out. We're going to pull again. Pile 2's in the dark night of the soul. How do we move? Sheesh. Bad cycles. I knew this was going to be a wild read. Let's go ahead and get these cards situated. You've had a handful come out, so I'm just going to take a moment and get you situated, my love. Okay, so my pile 2s. I went ahead and pulled out the second candle for your energy today. I'm sure you've seen Sailor Moon before. You remind me of Princess Chibiusa when she comes back from the future with just this dark feminine energy of badassery. So I went ahead and pulled that candle out because that's who you remind me of. I also went ahead and separated your piles. So many cards came out. So many cards came out for you, pile 2. So let's get into it. I believe Spirit has asked me to separate your piles into 3. Mind, body, and soul. Okay? I have channeled some messages for you today. And this is one of the longer ones for sure. But you deserve to hear every bit of it, my dear. Also with the honey calcite, I always pull my stones, or not always, but today I felt called to pull the stone before pulling any cards. So we pulled honey calcite, right? Honey calcite covers self-worth, confidence, and courage, overcoming obstacles and taking back your power. And those are some key things that came up in your reading today. Your main signs were to find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. So we'll be circling back to these so I can come full circle. For now, we're going to channel the messages regarding the mind. And it's not in harmony. A lot of this is disconnection. There's so many spots here on this body of this person meditating. And even when they meditate, I think they truly can't find peace because their mind is racing and their mind is on fire. Their third eye is blocked. Even with the astronaut here, we can't see their face. There's a blockage here. And I do believe that is the third eye. Not being able to connect with that. So with your mind and your money on your mind, looking back at this past year, who would have thought that you'd be here? Financially, you've reached a goal, and now you can enjoy the achievements, the fruits of your labor. Also, do you have a cat, a familiar? My cat jumped in my lap during reading your cards and channeling this message for you, and she wanted to be here and stayed. You know, she was happy and comforting and nurturing, and I'm sure if you have someone with you, some furry friend with you, that you might be able to relate. So back to it. You've reached a financial goal, and now you can enjoy the achievement, the fruits of your labor. You've stepped into a role of leadership and self-reliance. You've matured so much. This is the year that you chose to express yourself wholeheartedly. You have a resurgence of confidence. With grace, you look back on how you've balanced life's ups and downs, and you smirk at your old fears. Now you look at yourself and say, sheesh, who is she? You found balance in life. You found balance in life. And if you haven't found this already, this could be the future that you're stepping into. But I do believe the way that the Queen is looking, and you in the situation, the Nine of Pentacles, looking forward, looking towards this Two of Pentacles, and how you've balanced just life's ups and downs and the duality. You've found a way to adapt. You found a way to find peace and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Maybe you gave yourself a vacation. Maybe it's time to have a party on New Year's Eve. Maybe it's time to let go and release and truly celebrate. But this is the year you can look back and be like, you did the damn thing. You've done it. In both of these, in the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, there is independence here. Somehow you found financial independence or stability on your own, where you're moving in that direction towards financial independence. You might not be relying on roommates or in the struggle so much as you have been in the past. You are stepping into a calmness, You're stepping into a calmness when it comes into those passions. Independence twice in passion and finance. And what I hear, the song that I hear is How Did I Get Here by Odessa. And that's an EDM song, but how did I get here? How did I get in this position? Who am I? Who is she? I look back at the person I was, and I can't believe that I'm sitting here in my own home, in my own apartment, in my own house, and in a place of, oh, well, okay, so the Queen of Wands too. It's so funny. I was just talking about a cat. I didn't even see the cat at the feet of the Queen of Wands, sitting here protecting and watching their lady, watching their queen. And this is a black cat too. So your cat, your familiar, your small fluffy friend could be your protector, could be blocking energies that wish you ill will. And you're standing there with the staff, like they can't get past either of you. They can't BS either of you. And it's good that your mind is open and aware to no manipulation at all. You don't have it. You are not having any of that. You are a leader, and your energy is strong, at least when it comes to the sense of your finances and your work life. So do these achievements hang out in the back of your mind? While this all sounds so great and everything, maybe this isn't at the forefront of what you're worried about, what you're focused on. This is your everyday. Maybe you're not even fazed by this. This beautiful life may have become the norm. So normal that you catch yourself dissociating in old pain. But I digress. You snap yourself out of it sometimes and you get back to the grind. This is the year you realize maybe also that you've mothered yourself, or that you've always known that you've been able to nurture yourself and come back to yourself. You know self-care. You know truly how to take care of yourself. Your nails are done. You make sure your hair is done. You make sure that you really are a queen, and that you not just project it, but that you live it truly. You are in your queen energy, and you stand on business. That's what that sounds like to me. We're moving forward with the body. With the Fool in reverse, Knight of Cups upright, and the Two of Cups in reverse. You're hot. This shows me that you are a beacon. People are swiping right on you like hotcakes on Tinder. It's winter, it's cuffing season, it's cold outside, and baby, you're warm on the inside, okay? This is the sexy energy. This is that come play with me. This is giving me Scorpio energy. You are standing in your sexy femininity. This is time to romance me. Show me what you got. Wine and dine me. This is fine dining and not settling for anything less. But then, yet again, this is the norm. This is the norm. We're swiping right on Tinder, finding dates with good-looking people, and this is the norm for you. I'm also getting images of art and painting, pastels and oil paintings. Maybe you really like art. It's giving Princess Diaries and Princess Mia in her overalls. I think it was like they're throwing darts or something at the balloons on the wall, and it's like paint and stuff. But it's giving that oil painting and self-expression, that creativity and art, fine dining art. So this is the senses. The date nights you have might be your muse after the date, and after you're romancing, you might find yourself feeling that spark of creativity. You're dancing. Maybe it's just the overalls, no bra, no shirt, just overalls, dancing around, singing your song, feeling good, feeling groovy, and paint on your fingertips, a little bit in your hair, and you're like, oh gosh, time for a shower. So, hey, maybe those are your evenings. But this is about the senses. Experience. You're getting multiple offers, and that's also swiping right on Tinder and fulfillment in that sense. You're hot, babe. So, I wanted to pull some cards for the fear of the unknown on the Fool. It seems like you have a lot of grand ideas and hope with the Lovers. There's many suitors in your life, but who is real? And does it even matter? These suitors that are reaching out and messaging you, do you even care to connect? Do you even care to connect? There's fear of the unknown. Maybe that's where the relationship leads to. Do you even care to see where the relationship leads to? Probably not. Because you know why? Because because of this card right here, the past. These people are coming into your life and offering cups, but it does not matter, because you've been through some serious-ish with past relationships. You might have dealt with toxic love affairs, slightly abusive or just straight up abusive relationships, with an old breakup, and there's that imbalance where you know that you could probably take things further with the people reaching out to you. You might have some serious connections with people thinking, gosh, you're so attractive. I want to fill your cup even more. You are in your prime. You have your finances. I want to give you the rest as a partner, someone coming in with these feelings, with this romance. They're charming the pants off of you. You're charming the pants off of them. So much to the point where they offer you romantic proposals. But I feel like you are probably backing out of these connections. It doesn't really serve you to pour into someone the way that you've poured in before. It scares you. You're not having it. I don't think so. So back to channeling. Many suitors, but who is real? It feels like an audition. You're taking applications. It feels like an addiction. The way that you swipe on these dates. You're using new dates as a distraction, but never going too deep, because safety first. Why would you? You're saying cheers during the dinners, and right after you're running away. My dear, you are the ghoster. And why? Because you can't hurt me. I don't think so. You can't hurt me if I leave you first. And that's you also standing again on business. That's what it sounds like. Why even let the risk of these people stepping into your life and just walking all over you? Because the first Knight of Cups that walked into your life probably love bombed you, and you were like, you know what, I've seen this before. I'm good. I'm chilling. I know I'm hot. I have people hitting me up left and right. Y'all are all offering me many beautiful things, but I got this on my own. I'm good. No thanks. So that's where I led to being, excuse me. You can't hurt me if I leave first. And that's what led me to ask if you were in an abusive relationship. Did you swear off love? And are you holding back? This energy as well with these wings. It looks really like the devil, but with this winged darkness, I would say demon for lack of a better term. But you're fighting these demons, and that might be the demons of love, of offer. You're like, no thanks. We'll let that take a nosedive like a plane, okay? Like a bird or a plane taking off in a nosedive. Those feelings are flighty and like that's the energy. You'd rather avoid that at all costs. It's a flighty feeling of love, and you're not going to accept it. It feels like a tornado sometimes. You get sucked into it and dropped miles away from your house, and you have to pick up the pieces and walk back home. You're not doing it again. I don't think so. So you keep these relationships. You treat love like a revolving door. Are they falling for you? Yeah, maybe, probably, but you don't care. You don't care, but you do care. It's giving Pisces energy. You'll never let them know. You might love them, and actually you might have found a couple of them that really did something to your heart in a good way. You're like, you know what, this guy actually seems like he could be maybe not the one, but a good dating prospect to have as a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a significant other. These might be people might help. These people might make you raise an eyebrow to love and be like, you know what, maybe it could be you. But then again, safety first. And it feels like you're protecting the self. It's fear-based ego, and you can't let this happen to you again because of what happened last time. I don't freaking think so. You're not about to get me. Ha! Yeah, right. Love who? Myself maybe, but not anyone else. And you can't you can't get stuck in that ego-based fear, but I understand wanting to protect the self. So the best thing you can do is ground yourself. Do your research. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards and see, what does grounding the self look like? Oh, wow. All right. So what does grounding the self look like? It looks like it says happening soon. And I was also pulling, I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is a lady in red. I do believe that your moon cycle is happening either now or it will be happening soon, and you will be set into a forced slowdown. And again, with this companion beside you, you might be with the heating pad in this bag, maybe a heating pad and the tools necessary to keep moving forward. You are staying home and nurturing this part of yourself. And also, she's on a platform too, waiting for something, but we'll see, maybe a new adventure or journey. Okay, so she's on this journey with her familiar, so you could be with your familiar. The other two cards that came out too is another lady in red going down a path on her own, but there's still life around her too. So at this time, while this forced slowdown is happening with your moon time, could just be a complete introspection and you rebooting and having the refocus on your life. You aren't supposed to be taking everything so seriously, and it's been very droll and very dry around you. How do you liven up that energy and bring back some true liveliness into your life when there's emptiness here? It says empty nest. And that's within the self. You are lonely, so you feel the void and the vacancy with this revolving door of partners. And you might know that too within, and you might know that as well, but it doesn't matter because it's just one of those things that we do and get into a cycle. And that's also too with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is cycles, which is on empty nest as well. We have cycles and breaking cycles with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We don't want to stay in this stagnant energy. And not with this new year coming, not with this new energy that the universe is forcing us to step into, especially going back to that Gemini full moon in the end of November. It's been like the start of the hurricane for all of us. It's been the start of the tornado. The energy has completely shifted for most of us, and I don't think a lot of us were ready. We thought we would be able to hold on tight. We were able to cut off certain things. We were able to nip certain things in the butt and be like, yeah, sure, that's not for me, but I'm going to hold on to this little bit of pain. I'm going to hold on to this little bit of pain because it helps me keep pedaling on. It keeps the fire within me burning. But you know what? This too must end. I saw a picture on Instagram the other day of it said, you texting your friends, this too shall pass, while bawling your eyes out. Like you're being the strong friend for others while not being too strong for yourself. But my dear, that is also important. So I feel like a lot of this deflecting and revolving door is the Pisces protecting the self, their ego-based fear. It's time to ground yourself and do your research. Go out in nature, or whatever grounding looks like for you. You might not even be a nature person, but you are drowning yourself in your work because that's where you thrive and where you do best. But there are other parts of your life where you've got to shake things up and change it around a little bit. Your thoughts need a reboot. You're procrastinating too, and it's time to change that. All these things go into each other. The mind, the body, and the soul, and the things that you allow inside your body as well. Like some of these folks don't have the best intentions, and then they end up being with you, and you end up soaking in that energy of just ill intent. How can you heal that? So how can you ground yourself and do your research? What does grounding look like? How does pile 2 ground? I'm going to try to get it better. How does pile 2 ground? So this is what came out, uncertain. But also, while you might be uncertain yourself of how you ground, this person's looking out on water. And if you are Pisces or a water sign or someone that does have deep introspection, it is nice to sit at a river and, to find your peace and go have that chill time. It's important to go sit in nature, to be by the water and just soak in that energy of the fluidity of letting these things pass you by, the calmness of a nice day riverside. I always find that. And you can go in a sweater and sweats. You don't have to dress up. You can find peace that way. You can always stay in your car too and roll the windows down and just be somewhere new. Change your scenery. be prepared as well. Interviews, dates, and meetings. You're thinking of in the short term. Do your research, ground yourself. Whether it's interviews, meetings, or dates that you're cycling through, most likely dates, do your healing. You are the ghoster in this situation. It's time to heal. Next, we have the soul. So your channeled song is Dark by Invent Animate. I'm a metalhead, so that's what I think of. The self from soul, the shadow self. I lost my shadow. The dark femme in Chibiusa. When she gets back, she has so much hate in her heart for her mom, Queen Serenity. I think she comes back wanting to like basically fight her, like square up with her own mom, the Sailor Scouts. So a lot of resentment there. How do you heal from that? And that during that time of healing, I think is during your moon cycle, the forced slowdown. You are an intense person, might be a little psychic. You could also be an Aries. Take your power back with the honey calcite. Take your power back. Use your moon cycle as a time to connect with the divine. You can't play with your courageous heart. Rekindle the flames of your self-worth. Have a bonfire. Think about what ignites your passions. Create that bonfire within your soul. What ignites your passion? Work life is cool, but that aside, what makes you feel alive? Are you smothering or suppressing your inner fire with lusty nights? You work so hard you can't connect with your soul. You talk to yourself like how your parents used to talk to you, and that's what the Empress in reverse. You need to reparent and care for yourself, and that might also be Chibiusa wanting to square up with her parents. You put me here, and you know, like, you messed my life up, man. Like, how do you heal from that and take responsibility as an adult to heal those wounds that were put there? There's a Drew Barrymore and Megan Fox clip about remothering after having children and learning how to mother yourself after all that pain. So maybe look at that on TikTok or YouTube when you get a second. You talk to yourself like how your parents used to. You put so much effort into your work. They told you that your spiritual side is a fairy tale. I've dated two men that have told me that me being psychic, and I'll be honest about my spirituality, and every time they try to dim my fire, I want to run out the door. And sometimes I stay a little too long when my soul is begging me to leave these people. If you have your parents or people that you look up to telling you that your intuition is a fairy tale, they are toxic and they are blocked off, and they don't understand the gift that spirit has given you, that your angels have given you, that they whisper to you and that they tell you. You are not crazy. You are not living a fairy tale. You are a person with feelings, and we all are a little psychic. But these people are not in tune with it, and it angers their very soul because they don't understand the joy and the beauty that you have, that you live, that you breathe, that you feel when your fingertips are out the window and you're singing your song and your heart song is thriving. Let that part of you be reignited. Don't let anyone ever take your sparkle, honey. Please. That's your life force. That's you healing your inner child. And that's the love and light you need to put into yourself. That part of you is suspended in time. And when when the Page of Wands came out, it flew all the way off the table and out the way, and all it made me think of was just suspended in time. Your intuition is suspended in time. You know you're a light being. You know you're a starseed. Do not let that part of you suffocate because you're so deep in the worldly matters of what this life is, with work, with partners that just don't give a toss, that you don't give a toss about that. This is what matters. This is what matters. Pouring back into yourself, evading the negative talk. That inner voice inside of you should not be telling you that you're not good enough, that your life is a fairy tale. The only part of your life that should be a fairy tale is the vacations, baby, and the goodness that you're putting into yourself that feels like a fairy tale, the fleeting love. That should be the fun part. Not your true self. Not your true self being suspended in time. You are caught between the freedom of true self-expression and the fear projected from others. And that was the Page of Wands also, in the Fool with naivety as well in reverse. You must redirect this procrastination of being your true self. Don't wait till later. Reboot your thoughts. Reboot your thoughts. You are a starseed. Your third eye is blocked, and you can feel that this cycle needs to end. And that's also with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse as well. This cycle, breaking the cycle, must come to an end, and it's leaving you in a stagnant energy. It's leaving you feeling disappointed. It's leaving you feeling that there are delays. You have to let it go. You have to. It's for your own betterment, or you'll be in detriment. You cannot let this be. You cannot let this be. A new sense of confidence must take action. Again, it might be time to get yourself honey calcite as well next time you go to a metaphysical store. And it's not expensive either. I think I've only spent like $3 to $5 depending on the size, or less. Under $5 always on each stone. It should never be too expensive. Treat yourself to that as well. And work with the stones. Stones are like plants, and they have energy. We have to pour into it, just as we pour into ourselves. A new sense of confidence. Take action. Focus on the good. You bear sweet and good fruit. Nurture your tree. And I know there's a Bible verse too about, I was just reading as well, about nurturing, not about nurturing your tree, but about the fruit that you have. If you were a good, I don't want to say the wrong words because I'm not trying to botch what the Bible says or anything, but there's a verse about the tree bearing good fruit. If you were a good person, basically, then like goodness should come from you. And if you were a bad person, then badness would come from you. And I know you can probably see that with the ways of the world. So make sure that you're absolutely nurturing and pouring into yourself. We're going to go ahead and get some final clarifiers as well and finish this up. Negative self-talk, breaking the cycle. How can pile 2 break the cycle as they step into the new year? What's in their best interest? What's in their best interest to breaking this old cycle? That's too much, Spirit. Sorry. 1 came out already, but I just always like to pull extra in case there's something we missed. I'm going to pick that up. Book burning. Goodness gracious. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. All right, book burning. How do we break this old cycle? Destroyed heritage, rewrite history, mind games, and changing the narrative. Discord, book burning. Everything you've learned, these old journals, the history of your family, of these people, the old life that you've lived, limiting freedom, these things that are clipping your angel wings, you have to let it go. I was saying have a bonfire. Toss that old book of who that used to be. Toss that old book into the bonfire. Let it go. Set yourself free. Set yourself free. You're already in a point of financial freedom. You deserve Look, Sapphire just came out. Hope and faith, wise judgment, power and strength, kindness, life of the party, extroverted. And when I first pulled, I was thinking you were an introvert, but you actually might just be an extrovert. And that's the part of you that you're stuffing away. All this beautiful, strong energy of the sapphire. That's also the Virgo stone, and I think another sign. But if you know that your birthstone is sapphire, I hope you can connect with this pile. And that this connected with you as it does with me. Divine favor. God's looking out for you. Your angels are looking out for you. You have mental fortitude that people probably keep shitting on. And you know better. You know that you've got it. Who are some people that pile 2 can look to for strength? Who are some people that pile 2 can look for strength? So Distant and Pig came out. Distance yourself from these greedy people. There are greedy people in your energy that are going to try to suck off of your financial, your mental, your goodness. Don't let these people suck your goodness, my dear. You are too bright of a beautiful spirit to have to worry about caring for the whole team when you know that you got to take care of yourself. Distance yourself from these greedy people, the pigs that lie in their own schnaz, like you're an honorable, determined, optimistic, generous, and sociable. some of the years: 1971, 1959, 1983, 1995, 2007. Prime time could also be 2019. Those could be important dates as well. Distance. I do think maybe distance yourself from these people if these people have any of these qualities. Whatever that resonates for you as, whether the pig has good qualities or bad qualities, it's giving to me bad qualities. If distant and big bold letters came out, it might be time to set yourself apart from whoever this person might be. Take care of yourself first. You are a gem. You are a beautiful sapphire stone. You don't have to tiptoe around these people to bring this vitality in your life. So my beautiful pile twos, this is all that I'm seeing for you. And I hope that you can move forward into the new year with this blessed divine favor over you. Know that nothing can shake you, my dear. Nothing can shake you. So pile two, thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like this video if it resonated for you, and share, and of course subscribe. Thank you so much for your time today, and bless you, my dears. Bless you. You are onward and upward to a beautiful, beautiful new year. Take care. Bye. See you later. Alrighty, pile three. Last but not least, you only had one oracle card come out when I was shuffling for your deck. Very precise, very clear cut. And it was the only card that wanted to come out. I was shuffling, thinking, okay, maybe everyone else had two. Maybe there's another card. And the spirit guide said, that's it. Spirit said, that's it. So let's go ahead and tuck into your portion of the reading. We're using the messages of cosmic oracle cards today. So it's messages from the cosmos. We're using Selenite for your pile. I got this piece of selenite in Florida. And it was from a shop where I was able to connect with the owner of the shop, actually. And I ended up visiting her maybe 2 or 3 times while I spent my time down there. And we really connected with each other. She felt like a soul sister. But this piece of selenite came off of another piece of selenite that I had, and it didn't feel right to quite let it go. But this was a part of my spiritual journey, and I don't know, it's just something that has helped fortify me. It's something that I put out underneath the moon, and you can even see now how incredible this looks with just an artificial light on it. Imagine how it looks in the moonlight. Oh goodness. But yes, this selenite is tried and true. I've had it for ages. Let's see, your message from the cosmos. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. This is giving withdrawn into the depths of the self. The other cards feel like they're going through a dark night of the soul. This feels like simply coming either out of a dark night of the soul a while ago, or being so deeply into your spiritual journey, you almost feel like a Buddhist monk, that your energy is solid, that you have an old soul, that it's taken time to fortify and refine who you are as a spiritual being. This is the calmest card in the deck. Not the deck, but this is the calmest card of the reading. And the overall energy that I pulled for all 3 cards was stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. It almost looks like they're in the same universe too. And I haven't really put these side by side yet. Both alone on a journey, facing outward, facing the stars. I would say maybe this is where you once were and this is where you are. or this is you on the outside and this is you within, I don't think you're pushing against what is. I think maybe, or maybe even this whole year, you might have been, I would say kicking and screaming, but I wouldn't say that. Maybe walking up this mountain, and you're finally at the top of this planet, of this mountain, and you're finally able to see and look back on these past actions of this year that we've journeyed and traveled through. You're resting and you're reflecting in meditation, in relaxation, and this person is walking and doing the journey, while this same person may even is here in a resting state, is here listening and waiting for the universe to give them maybe the inkling, maybe the blessing to take the next step. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Are you looking outward? Are you looking to the cosmos to tell you where to go, when all along inside that information has been in your heart and in your mind? And it looks like, for me, I think this color of the divine, when I'm reading smoke from incense, is the color blue. And here there's a silver lining that this person is journeying towards. But that's the overall energy for the reading, right? So the energy that you're in currently, I believe this person is watching spirit. You are watching spirit. You have had your eyes on the heavens. You have had your eyes not just on the stars, but the whole big picture. You've been letting God lead you, the universe, whatever source, you've been letting it lead you. And now you're like, now what? Now what? I've listened. I've taken the steps. Now your inner voice is asking you to listen and to move it forward in motion and act. So we're going to pull some tarot cards and get some more clarifiers. Put our beautiful selenite to the left, to the side. Have a little tea light going for our lovely peaceful energy, the calm within you, and one of the calmer flames. Goodness. Okay. Selenite, moon energy. Cleansing energy, like a moth to a flame. People are drawn to you. Maybe they can smell that you're, not even smell, but maybe they can sense you too are a spiritual healer. Have you had people look to you for guidance, and you're the voice of reason this year? And even then, maybe these people don't realize that you too have questions. Let's see. Mystic Mondays. I might pull for both. I might pull from both tarot decks for you. Oh, Spirit. Pile 3's inner voice. Listen and act. What's the next step for pile 3? What has that inner voice for pile 3 been asking? Their inner child, their inner sense of knowing. They're in a state of meditation as they look to you in the heavens for guidance. They're looking to you for guidance or redirecting energy, Holy Spirit. Goodness. Okay. I'll let that fall where it may. We have a few other cards fall out. We'll redirect. I know I want to pull from the other deck. Creation wanted to also kind of come through. Any final with the Rider-Waite Tarot, Holy Spirit, anything. Listen and act. Redirection of energy. Is there any messages that I might have missed? Okay. All right. Rider-Waite. Listen and act. Any messages from the Mystic Mondays? Thank you. Okay. So I pulled from both decks, the Mystic Mondays and the Rider Waite Tarot. I am going to clear up these energies and decipher what we're dealing with. I'll be right back. All right, so here's your spread. Oh man, so you have one of the larger spreads for sure. As you can see, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, Page of Wands, the World in reverse, and Temperance in reverse. Your other cards came out in complete juxtaposition, the opposite way, just uprights. Four of Wands, Justice, the Sun. Sorry, the Four of Wands, Justice, the Sun, and the Four of Swords. And then the Hermit was also mirroring the Eight of Cups. Here you have Death, Eight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. This is your future energy. This is your past. The Eight of Cups the Eight of Cups shows this person looking back into their path. So we're going to look back on that past together, and then we'll start looking at where you are presently and how we'll move into the future. That's how your path is being shown. So let's start with the Selenite. So Selenite covers your crown chakra, connecting you to heavenly wisdom, connection with spirit, unity, spiritual growth, insight, connection to the divine. This Selenite clears blockages and provides protection. It shifts your energy from any blocks. So it might be a good time to get some Selenite maybe. Okay, with the Eight of Cups here, let's look back on this previous energy together. You can definitely see that this pile is for you. With Eight of Cups, you look back ages ago when you were young, the life you lived with your family. A channeled song is Dollhouse by Melanie Martinez. Places, places, get in your places. This seems wholesome with the Ten of Cups in reverse. It's supposed to be a very loving card. And in the reverse, it shows that you grew up in a broken home, unsupported. Maybe there was a lot of shouting, a lot of anger. So you ended up retreating inward. When it comes to dealing with issues, you retreat inward to the self. You have issues dealing with shame and neglect. And maybe at a certain point in the past, it led you to resentment, where it's hard to find stable love connections, or in that time it was hard to find stable love connections. Your wounds spilled open in the past. With the Ten of Cups in reverse, it shows that you've had to be a leader and be the first to make a change, or at least try. With the Page of Wands in reverse, you've learned to begin a new path, or you've learned to begin a new path. You made your own way to try new things, freedom to fail and learn new experiences. You left space for yourself to experiment, and when you went down, you never stayed down long. Other people underestimated you, and you shrugged it off. We all had to start somewhere. From haste, in the Page of Wands, from haste to hindrance, you slowed it down, honing in on your craft. It took years to get there. The finish line to the chapter of who you used to be was so close, within your grasp. And even with delays, you remained focused. You learned that shortcuts led to stagnation, and consequences led to lack of closure and led to emptiness, with the World in reverse. Definitely lack of closure, feeling like you're the burden. You had to grow so much since then. You were working hard on trying to tie up loose ends, and just when you thought you had it, you realized that you were suspended in time, hanging on upside down, like on a ride at an amusement park when you're going around and you get stuck upside down in the seat. just suspended in time. And so with temperance in reverse, this stress, this roundabout cycle left no room for peace until you held a substance to your lips and lit it up, basically. You indulged to find peace and create peace amongst your excuse me. You ended up fulfilling yourself with self-indulgence to find and create peace amongst life's discord, amongst the pain. Is this where you finally felt in control? Is this where you finally felt in control? Which leads to the hermit energy. You've learned to retreat within, to a safe space within the self. You grew up in darkness, and now you know it's safer in solitude. It could be a quiet holiday for you, or it has been quiet holidays in the past. But either way, when it comes to dealing with your problems of the self, you don't mind being alone, and you've found comfort in your solitude. And that's okay. And so all of this with the Eight of Cups in connection to with the Hermit card, this is your introspection. So you often spend time ruminating on how you grew up. You busted your butt to change your life. You refused to be a product of your environment, and you knew that there must be more to life than this. At a certain point, you were not very spiritual, but you seeked deeper connection. You wanted to nourish your soul. And that was your past energy looking back. Presently, with the Four of Wands, moving forward, you flipped the script completely from whoever this used to be, this part of you. You have transmuted and alchemized all of that pain and suffering into a place where you can create your own happy home. You've completely turned this energy on its head, from a broken family to fulfillment. You may have either you might be an adoptive child, or you might have found friends that fill that gap and placed your own fulfillment. You've created your own family. You spent time creating stability and security. And now you're at a point where you can accept yourself and you can stay grounded within yourself. With the Justice card, it feels like emancipation. You've had to keep a straight face. You've had to practice stoicism. Maybe this is something you normally do naturally, practicing stoicism. You won't let them see you fall. You won't let them see you on an off day, emotional or messy. That's just not you. You usually keep it together, at least in the face of others, in the face of adversity. So during this time, you might also be facing legal matters, or you're coming out of that time of dealing with legal matters. It could be custody battles with your own children in the present day and age. Or you could just be dealing with needing the truth to come out. Could also be protecting children around you right now. Just know that stating the facts and having honesty in any situation is always the best. It's better to be for real and honest, and then you don't have to go back over your lies or any lies. It's better to be real and be true to yourself. Honesty can be the best policy, unless I can say unless you need to protect yourself. But this looks like you're a very I say honest and bright person anyway. You want the right things to be done, and maybe you do end up going to introspection because the wrong things were done to you, and when you have spoke out in the past, maybe it didn't work out too well in your favor. And this leads us to the Sun, calling back in vitality. Better days are coming in. You're stepping into more fun, lighthearted energy. This is attracting new people and opportunities towards you. In the glimpses of sunny times, you're learning to truly enjoy it, to enjoy the fun, to smile, to laugh. It's okay. It's okay to just enjoy yourself and just enjoy the time that you're in the present. Even when you get into dissociating into old and hard energy, you don't have to stay there. It's okay to laugh. After strife and thunderstorms, you can take a deep breath and relax. After all this that you've experienced in life, you know you can handle any storm, wise one. You are so wise, and you are so grown now. You are just a different person. Move forward with assurance that you're on the right path. And there's a white horse too underneath this child. You could see yourself as a protector of children, a protector of innocence, and also protecting your own inner child after all that you've been through. The Four of Swords here in the upright, let the holidays be, the holidays are going to be a forced slowdown. We don't have a choice, really. All of us have Christmas Day off. This is your chance to rest. There's been so much struggle. It's time to rest. Prepare to let this go. Take a break, you overthinker. I know you're in your thoughts. I know you're ruminating, but it's time to rest and create time to meditate. The suggested pose is Savasana. Listen. Maybe the nights before you rest and before you lay your head down, take deep calming breaths and lower that cortisol level as well. You could be forgetting completely or not even noticing that your heart rate is out of whack. Your heart rate could just be beating so quickly, and before you know it, you're falling asleep and having weird dreams or waking up at 3-4 in the morning in a disarray, in a cold sweat, because you didn't bring down your cortisol level before rest, before time to relax. And you could feel, even with the swords dangling, I want you to look at this. There are swords dangling above this person in a restful state. Can you find that peace within yourself? Rest after a struggle. Can you find that peace within yourself? Some clarity. Some clarity. Listen. What has your inner voice been asking you? Listen and then act. Maybe your inner voice has been asking for a break. Like, hey man, you work 5 days a week. You work 4 or 5 days a week. I'm exhausted. You're not giving us a break. So all of this old past energy, the present energy of just trying to get back to a peaceful state of yourself. Let's move to the acting portion. With death, the ending, truly letting go. You've been in the midst of spiritual transformation, all of this spiritual transformation. You've been letting go. The sun with the white horse has movement. Death with the white horse also has movement, trudging along forward. You have the higher ground. You're able to see more. And you're also, with the Selenite too, higher ground and clarity in your crown chakra. Elevation here, mentally, creating stability and strength. Also with the horse. A horse is such a strong animal. They used to, use them for going into war. And the horses were trained to be fearless. And, they were not giving up. You see soldiers running in battle and the horse is just there being a soldier as well. Kind of like the dogs we have in combat these days. The horse was just as useful. Pure white energy. Is this spirit? Are you riding on the back of spirit? Basically completely protected by the spiritual realm. You're in a renaissance and a rebirth, and that's what this whole year's been about too, with the transformational energy. And Cobra with Megan Thee Stallion also, that came out. I'm shedding my skin. I'm releasing all this old person that I used to be. You don't even recognize me anymore. You don't even know who this is, but I do. I'm noticing the difference. Embrace the change. Clear the clutter around your life. What serves your highest good? What serves your highest good? Make room for new energy and new life. This could be a job ending or just an old love ending. But also there's that thing from earlier too, with having a hard time finding love and resentment. Do you still feel that way? Are you leaving space for yourself? We also have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh. Passion, new job, dedication, success, and power. So you could be stepping into a new job. I put Eight of Cups energy. I don't know why, but Eight of Pentacles. Hustle, grit, and craftsmanship. Yeah, this is right. self-mastery, new job, ambition, success, power. Yeah. Okay, so I'm on the right track. I'm tired. It's very late at night. But you've hustled. Even maybe you've been tired too, and you're still pushing and hustling and getting your bread. You built up a new skill with focus. Every day you work on your skills and you grow and expand. And now you can look back and see how far you've come. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the year, and now you're doing introspection. You can see just how far you've came. And the Emperor goes hand in hand with this energy as well. You're stepping into your Emperor energy. You will be at the top. And you might not be able to see this because this is the energy that you're stepping into, but you're laying the stones and the pathway now, the pavers to stepping into the Emperor's energy. Intuition and the bear spirit with this Eight of Cups, it's the same coloring, and I always go by that too, with that being the same energy and fluidity. The bear spirit and the intuition is clinging to this Emperor. It's the foreground, it's the foundation of where you came from. Excuse me, shaking the camera. But this is the foundation where you've come from. You will have authority when you reach this point. In the past, you couldn't complete your projects, and your finances weren't the same, but it will smooth over. It's not without working like a boss, though. You can't just expect these things to happen without putting in the grit for it. And that's also with Eight of Pentacles, that you've hustled and made this happen for yourself with self-mastery. It's only... the next step is becoming the Emperor, and it's happening for you. That's your higher self. It's happening for you. All this pain created a warrior. All this grit created a warrior. Success is coming in. Others will see it too. Like first, it was like when you work out, it's like in 2 weeks you'll feel it. In 6 weeks, other people will see it. Something like that. I don't know what the exact thing is, but first you'll feel it, then others will feel it too. This is through maintaining self-discipline, stabilizing your emotions, and making level-headed decisions. Using strategy. Take your time and do not rush. You could find yourself in a leadership role quite soon. So... let's go ahead and pull, let's pull some oracle cards for you guys. They've been in the midst of spiritual transformation with a new job, self-mastery, ambition, and success. Your whole life you could be feeling like you've been paralyzed and in a vulnerable state. You could feel like you were just the little fish in the pond. You don't even see, do you not even see the groundwork you've laid for yourself, the strength, the fortitude that it took to become the Emperor? The fortitude it took to get in this space. All right, let's see what we got. This whole stack came out. Look at library here. You could be honing in on those skills again with mastery. You're doing the research. Changing. There are changes. Castle. Sun energy with this rainbow and the yellow. You're getting a yes. Still. Tools. And symphony. We can see all of this. I feel like this fish hook is your old energy. Castle, ancestry, history, legacy. All of this that you've been through as well is your legacy. You look back and you have built this castle, and it's not to keep you safe and be just be a fortress. No, this is the wealth. This is the royalty. This is the pride. It's timeless. You're gonna look back one day and tell your grandkids or tell your friends about what you went through to build this empire. This empire, an emperor resides in a castle, it's not gonna take much for you to get to this point of being an emperor when it's so clearly meant to be for you. This could be, you could have a team, a very strong team that you're leading and organizing. You could also be in music as well, or just music could be a strong influence for you. But you couldn't get this perfect composed piece of music without all these people working together. As an emperor, are you the composer? Are you the one leading these people to a victory, leading these people to join you on this team, maybe of becoming the emperor as well? Maybe these people are also supporting you. You're using knowledge. You're going to get to this point by using all of this that you've learned. Maybe it's time to take a course, or you already are taking a course too. You're using the tools and doing what it takes with this mastery here as well, with the Eight of Pentacles, Mr. Fix-It, basically, organizing. You're fixing the task at hand, and you're getting it done. You're stepping into your masculinity and finding balance there. Well prepared. You won't fail. You will not fail. Just trust spirit and stay in meditation. Trust your gut, because you've got this. Refinement, taste, culture develops over time. Everything that you've been through has not been in vain. Has not been in vain. You are becoming such a beautiful whiskey, really. It feels like a pure, good flavor, refinement, taste, culture. I was even reading couture. It feels like you're stepping in. Maybe you've never been able to afford the finer things in life, and this is already coming to you. Like, you came from nothing, and now you're going to be rolling yourself into, or developing into this beautiful, fine wine, almost like crystal clear water, alcohol, spirits. There's blue around this still. There's blue around this still too. So that could just also be spirit's energy as well, helping you fine tune and hone in on that craft. You do deserve the absolute best. And then, of course, the sunshine over here too with the yes. Of course, yes. This sounds like a yes, like when you yeah, success is coming. Success is coming in, and it's the same color as the sun with that movement forward. At the end of the rainbow is a pot of luck, is not just a stroke of luck, but it looks like this person was seeking it out. They're in an open field, found a rainbow, and they're accepting it. They're accepting that the good is there. Maybe it's time for you to accept that the good is in your life too. Stop pushing against what is, align with it and move on. Don't stay stuck ruminating in your past and your pain when there's so much more beauty coming your way. Don't get stuck like the fish on the hook. That's your past. That's your past. You can look back and see how far you've come, but don't let it be in vain. You're going to be the emperor. It's coming. Enjoy your holiday and enjoy the new year coming up too. You don't have to be alone. I'm sure if you find joy in being in your hermit phase, because it's calming and relaxing. Some people like space and find that they don't need their mind clouded by other people. They spend time with other people, it drains their energy. It's best to be, like their social battery gets low. I gotta go home. I'm a wallflower. My batteries are low. You might need to recharge more than needed. And maybe too with the emperor, that you're needed at your job. That's your social interaction maybe. So, this is mostly what I'm seeing. Let's see who's in your symphony. Who's in the group for pile 3? Who's a part of their symphony? Dog. Are you the underdog in your story? Do you have a dog? Is it you and your dog? Your fluffy companion? It could be a Sagittarius. Oh, there's been a lot of Jupiter energy in this reading too. So you could heavily be affected by Jupiter. You could have your part of fortune in Jupiter as well. Leadership may come easy to you. Confidence may come easy to you, but only because you worked so hard over the years. You may be a lucky spirit. You may have been just some close calls with death, close calls to NDEs, near-death experiences, and by the grace of spirit, you've got thrown back into the water to be here and complete your purpose. And that purpose is you stepping into the strong part of yourself, extroverted, optimistic, generous. You have generous people around you. This symphony of folks, November 23rd to December 21st. This could also be a time during the right now, even as I post this, Sagittarius energy. This past month could have been really important for you. And this could have been the team coming together that you have never thought would be there. You have had an underdog spirit, maybe. Maybe you're born in 94, 1982, 1970. Yeah. Loyal, sociable, courageous, diligent, steady, lively, adaptable, honest, and smart. And we can pull some one cards too. One. When will they feel it? When will they know that they're the emperor? When will they feel it in their gut that it's happening for them? How will they know? When will they know? When will they know, Spirit? Oh, you know what? That's actually really positive in the coming weeks. So it won't be long. It's 2 weeks until the new year. Don't be surprised if you end up getting a promotion. Don't be surprised if you end up getting congratulated on the spot at work in the next coming weeks. This could be something that you've worked your butt off for, and you know that it belongs to you. Simply, this is already yours. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And honey, I think this is about to be. Okay, Selenite. Trust your crown chakra. Listen to some crown chakra frequencies. Clear your mind. Spend 5 minutes with spirit in the evening. I usually say in the morning, but do Savasana. Look into research of that. It's basically like the death pose. You're laying in a state of like, yeah, Savasana. So that's going to be important as far as getting your mind right. I'm going to find this actually really quick so we can look at the spelling of it together. What's that? Four of Swords. All right, so in my book, we have Savasana, rest, recharge. It's so important to pour back into your own cup, my dear. So with that, I thank you for joining me today in this reading. It's been a great one. I feel motivated for you, and I send you onward with love and light. This is already yours. Stay in hope. Stay in hope. This is all coming to fruition. You might see a rainbow in the sky. I've seen these beautiful specks of the what's it called? The prism, the spectrum, the invisible spectrum. I've seen this in the clouds lately. Once this month and once in November on my way to work. It's been really gray skies outside, and when we get a sunny day, I'll be surprised to look up and see that rainbow and feel like I'm definitely blessed and highly favored. In times where I'm wondering why the heck did this happen to me, I won't even realize that this is happening for me, not to me. And I have to pull my head out of my own butt and say thank you, universe. Thank you for putting me here. Even though sometimes I feel like I'm kicking and screaming along the way. Thank you, universe, for putting me here. So I hope this helped today. Get some rest, some much needed rest, and connect with your spiritual team. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm so grateful to be your guide and help in any way I can. If you have any ideas on maybe what you might need help with or any questions or comments, please leave that at the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out if any of these messages connected and resonated with you. That would just, honestly, that just fills my heart with so much joy, because that's the whole point. That's what it's all about. So, with that being said, love and light to you. I'm so grateful that you've joined me in my energy. Have a blessed night, evening, day, wherever you are in the world. But yes, take care. I don't know. I love this. I love this energy. And I love you infinitely through time, space, and beyond. You are a blessing, and you're going to change this world. Don't let anything bring you down. Take care, my loves. Bye.